Hello students, now let us continue the accounting for not-profit organization, that is NCERT textbook exercise problems. Probably in college you might have not started with this chapter, but don't worry, where I am going to get you the easy solutions for these problems. And if you work out these problems, it is as good as one problem is equal to 4 problems. That means you will become perfect with not-for-profit organization, right? So my request is, those who have not subscribed for this channel, kindly subscribe and share among your friends and press the bell icon button to get continuous notification. Thank you. So let us have today the next problem. In the previous video I did first problem and second problem, so now it is the third problem. These problems are not regular, that is irregular problems, where you will learn two things. One is the language, the other one is how to do the extraordinary problems, right? So from the following particulars, prepare income and expenditure account. They have asked only prepare income and expenditure account, right? Fees collected including 80,000 on account of previous year. So very simple. Fees collected means every year you will pay fees. Then it becomes what I call revenue. It becomes revenue. But this 80,000 belongs to what actually last year. So any item which belongs to last year or any item which belongs to next year cannot be taken into account, especially in income and expenditure account, because we would like to know what is the exact surplus or what is the exact deficit of that year. So out of 20,000 we have to take out 80,000. Fees for the year outstanding is 30,000. That means this year outstanding is how much actually? 30,000. This should be added. This should be added. Out of 5,20,000 minus 80, add how much actually? 30. Once again it becomes revenue. Salary paid including 5,000 on account of previous year. Again this 68,000, that 5,000 belongs to last year. Then what you have to do is you have to deduct that 5,000. Then salary outstanding at the end of the year is 3,000. So out of 68,000 minus 5,000, add 3,000. That is the amount which belongs to the current year. Then this is also revenue. This is also revenue. Entertainment expenses. So always it will be there in the schools and colleges, right? Entertainment. That means you will have various functions, right? For that you will give so many what you call programs. For that you pay amount which is regular revenue. Tournament expenses. Always tournament will be conducted in schools and colleges. You may ask, sir, how do you assume it is a school or fees collected? Here it is there. Fees collected means it must be an educational institution. Meeting expenses. Always it will be conducted. It is revenue. Traveling expenses. It is revenue. Purchase of books and periodicals. Purchase of books and periodicals, that is, you know that in the library you will have what actually books and library, that is periodicals, always it will be there continuous. Including 31,000 for the purchase of goods. Say this 31,000 purchase of books is called as what actually capital. That means out of 40,000 you are supposed to minus 31,000, that is capital. That the remaining 9,000 should be taken what actually for your income and expenditure account. So then what you have to think, that it is called as, what do you mean by capital plus revenue? You say that it is capital plus revenue. That means you will come to that capital part will go to balance sheet, revenue part will come to what actually the income and expenditure account. Rent, you will pay rent regularly, it is revenue. Postage, telegrams and telephones, it is revenue. Printing and stationery, revenue. It is an education system. Continuously they receive what actually donations. Then you can treat this one, unless and otherwise it is been given specifically, you can treat that one as what actually revenue. So this is how you have to classify this one. Then you have to work out the problem, right? So let us work out the problem, right? So that is, you have to prepare income and expenditure account. Now, income and expenditure account for the year ending, right? Expenditure, amount, income, then amount. This is debit side, this is credit side. Very simple, right? So, here we have, that is first item, that is fees collected. Fees collected including 80,000 on account of the previous year. That means it is 5,20,000. So, you write by fees, that is 5,20,000 less last year amount. LY stands for last year amount, 80,000 minus, write it in the inner column only, 4,40,000. Then add current year outstanding. Add current year outstanding, that is 30,000. Then it comes to 4,70,000. Now, next one by one, salary paid including 5,000 on account of previous year, salary outstanding at the end of the year. So, this 68,000 includes 5,000 minus, then you have to add the 3,000 for the current year. So, to salary 68,000 less last year amount 5,000, let it be inner column only, 63,000, add current year outstanding, that is 3,000, then outer column 66,000. Then I will just go through it. Next item is entertainment expenses. So, to entertainment expenses 8,000, to tournament expenses 25,000, to meeting expenses 18,000, to traveling expenses 7,000, to periodicals, right within the bracket, total purchase books and periodicals 40,000 minus 31,000 books purchased. So, towards periodicals it is only 9,000. Then to rent 15,000, to postage and telegrams 6,000, to printing and stationery 18,000. Then donation received, it is received, I think in all schools and colleges every year will get it. So, by donation 25,000. Now, the total is 4,95,000. 4,95,000. Credit side is more than debit side. So, the difference is called as surplus, 3,20,000 3,23,000. 3,23,000 is surplus. You call it as to surplus, or you can write excess of income over the expenditure. Easy way of writing is surplus. If it is excess of expenditure, we got as deficit. If it is surplus, it will be added to the capital fund. If it is deficit, it will be deducted from capital fund. So this is how you have to work out your income and expenditure problem in a special case as per the textbook, that is problem number 3. Students, now problem number 4 in your NCERT textbook, right? All typical problems. I told you all typical problems. Following is the information. It is information given in respect of certain items, not all items, certain items of a sports club. Show these items in the income and expenditure account and balance sheet of the club. Say they have not asked you to prepare the income and expenditure and balance sheet. They have asked you to how to show these items in the income and expenditure account and balance sheet of the club. That means you have to show how it appears, that's all, right? Sports fund as on 1/4/2015, it is opening balance 35,000. Sports fund investment 35,000. That means you have collected the fund, you have invested. So asset and liability. This is liability, this is asset. Interest on sports fund 4,000. It is called as what actually revenue. Donations for sports fund investments 15,000. For this 35,000 you have collected a special fund, that is 15,000. So 35 plus 15, it becomes 50,000. Sports prize awarded 10,000. So 35,000 is the sports fund you have, and you have received another donations toward that sports fund only 15,000. Then it becomes 50,000. You have awarded the prizes out of that, that is 10,000. That means any special fund is created for a specific purpose, that expenses should be bared from that account only, not from your regular income and expenditure account. That you should maintain. That means it is called as a special fund created for the special purpose, right? Then expenses of sports events 4,000. General fund 80,000. General investment funds 80,000. So general fund is a liability, general fund investment is an asset. Interest on general investment, that is fund investment, is 8,000. It is revenue. So here you should know that it is very simple. Interest on sports fund is a revenue. I hope you got it. Then expenses on sports events is revenue. Then interest on general investment, the general fund investment, is revenue. Only these 3 items which appears under what actually your income and expenditure. Then all other items which appears in your balance sheet, right? So let us write interest on sports fund. That means you have received how much actually 4,000. Then what you should do? Extract. You have to write only the extract. So that is why I have written income and expenditure account for the year ending dash dash, year has not been given. I have written within the bracket extract. That means we are not giving full, we are giving only the items, right? So by this is called as what actually expenditure. This is amount, this is income, this is amount. So interest on sports fund by interest on sports fund 4,000 by interest on general fund investment 8,000. debit side to expenses on sports events 4,000. You need not total these things. I showed you only 3 items which appears under income and expenditure. Interest on sports fund, income; expenses on sports event, expenditure; interest on general fund investment is revenue, that is income. Only these 3 items which appears under income and expenditure account. Then all other items which appears under what actually? Balance sheet. Balance sheet as on. So it is very simple. This is called as liabilities. Then amount, inner column and outer column. Then this is called as assets. Then amount. Even these items that it should be shown sports fund as on 1/4/2015. Sports fund opening balance. Sports fund opening balance 35,000. 35,000. Add donations received towards sports fund 15,000. Then it comes to inner column, you write 50,000 less sports prizes awarded. Sports prizes awarded 10,000. So what is the balance of the sports fund? It is 40,000. Then you have general fund. General fund, it is 80,000 which have invested, that is called as, what do you mean by sports fund investment? Sports fund investment 35,000. That means whatever the fund that you have here received, that has been invested somewhere else, right? Then general fund you have received 80,000, that has been already invested, that is called as general fund investment. General fund investment 80,000. Students, no need to total it up. I have written very clearly extract. It is only the extract, that means how these items which appears in the income and expenditure account and balance sheet. It's a talented problem, right? So if you practice like this, you can work out any number of problems under not profit organization, right? Now students, let us work out the exercise problem number 5, right? So I hope you are just witnessing the different kinds of problems. In each problem you view the difference. So that is the difference between the regular problems and irregular problems. So it is not only helpful for what you call the second PUC students, even if they take up any professional course, they can also work out. That means they can learn very easily. So now the problem number 5, it seems to be a big problem, but nothing is there in this problem. But only one thing is, you should learn the trick. How will you deal with the following items while preparing for the Bombay Women Cricket Club, its income and expenditure account for the year ending 31/3/2017 and its balance sheet as on 31/3/2017. That means how it will appears in the balance sheet, right? So this item is one sentence, that is you have to write it, right? A. Donations received during the year for the construction of a permanent pavilion is how much actually? 12,25,000. Fine. Expenditure incurred up to 31/3/2017 on its construction 10,80,000. Right? 12,25,000 you have received. current year up to expenditure is how much actually? 10,80,000. But they have given one more information, the total estimated expenditure on construction of pavilion being 25 lakhs. Say this is not necessary for this item. They are expecting 25 lakhs. Say here we are not going to do anything expectation. Then we have to show only one thing is what is the balance available under the, that is permanent pavilion plan, right? That you have to show. Then second one, tournament fund balance as on 1/4/2016 10,700. Subscription for tournament received during the year is 65,800. So 10,700 plus 65,800. Expenditure incurred during the year on conducting the tournaments is 72,400. That means these are the amount available. Out of this we have paid. So remaining how much it is available, balance of the tournament fund. So item number 1 in the balance sheet, item number 2 in the balance sheet, right? Then life membership fee received during the year 28,000. Life membership fee, the name itself is a life member. Life membership cannot be received often and often. Every person will have only one life. So when it is received once, then it cannot be treated as revenue. It should be treated as what actually? Capital. They have asked that give reasons for your answer. Very simple. Give reasons for answer. I have already showed you for the first one, this is a waste. That is 25 lakhs. What you are expecting expenditure? No, it is a waste. It cannot be. Then out of the total fund, whatever the expenditure has been what actually spent, then the remaining amount is available. Then life membership, see, it is to be treated as what actually? Capital, and it should be capitalized. Now balance sheet extracts. These are all items which appears in the balance sheet. Let's say I have written balance sheet extracts. A, first question, the A, donation, that is donation received, how much actually? 12,25,000. Donation received 12,25,000. Then expenditure incurred for the year, that is up to 1/3/2017 on its construction 10,80,000 less expenditure incurred during the year 10,80,000. So balance available is 1,45,000. 1,45,000 balance available under special fund, right? Next, B. Second one, B. Tournament fund opening balance 10,700. Tournament fund opening balance 10,700. Then add further subscription received. Further subscriptions received towards what? Towards tournament fund. That is 65,800. Inner column. It comes to 76,500 less expenditure 72,400. So balance available is 4,100. Balance available is 4,100. Then C. What is that they have given? Life membership fee received during the year. So it should be capitalized. Life membership fees, life membership fees to be capitalized because it receives only once in lifetime, 28,000. So these are all liability side of the balance sheet. That's why I have written extracts. So extracts of 3 items, if you write like this, if they give it for 6 marks, we can easily take 6 marks out of this, right? So once again, I request those who have not subscribed this channel, kindly subscribe and share among your friends. So in the next video, we'll continue with the problem number 6. We'll work out all the problems of the exercises. So you will become thorough with not-for-profit organization chapter.